Many people are frustrated by issues when they return bottles and cans at local businesses. Some Muskegon residents even say it could make them less likely to shop at small retailers. 13 News Side's Justin Bachman looked into the law requiring these businesses to take back any can or bottle they sell. So, Justin, what did you find out?
Yeah, good evening, Elena. This all started following a tip from a frustrated viewer in Muskegon. We looked into the stores that he was having trouble with, and it turns out 3 of them are breaking the state's law.
And everybody disagree with paying the dime and don't get your dime back.
It's been going on for months, if not years.
In 1976, the Michigan Beverage Containers Initiated Law, more commonly known as the Bottle Bill, was passed. In a nutshell, it says a retailer that sells a bottle or can with a 10-cent deposit has to pay that deposit back on bottles and cans that get returned. At least that's the idea.
There are a lot of small retailers in the area that aren't doing that. They're refusing to take bottles and cans back at all, or they're putting limits in place that are below the limits set by the state.
Heath Moore is fed up. We checked out 4 of the small retailers he had trouble with. Only one of them took our cans back on the spot with no questions asked. 2 of them said they had specific collection hours or only paid up to $3. A 4th flat out refused to accept any cans or bottles at all.
I mean, I worked at a grocery store when I was in high school, and I used to have to sort them before we had machines, you know? And so I remember what that was like. You know, yeah, it's not fun, but I mean, we never turned our customers down.
He says that frustration could end up hurting small businesses.
I mean, I've walked out of a retailer before where they didn't want to help me. I went and purchased something somewhere else.
Heath is not alone in that thinking.
Don't buy that merchandise. Now usually when I buy a pop somewhere, I make sure they take the bottle back.
If I know 3 days out of 7 I'm going to walk into the same store and have trouble, why walk into that store at all? You know, I'll go to one that doesn't give me a hassle.
The people we talk to say they are at wit's end. They can go to larger retailers, but that's inconvenient and something they say they shouldn't have to do.
I would like to see the state step in and start enforcing the law. If they have retailers that won't follow it, then they need to start passing out some fines, or even when it comes to an establishment that sells liquor, if they continually refuse to follow the law, pull their liquor license.
We did reach out to the state for a comment, but nobody was available to do an interview. Now, the state's bottle return program was temporarily shut down in June of 2020, but returned in full 4 months later, meaning that any store not participating or accepting those cans or bottles, they're breaking the state law. We have more information on that law and how to report businesses not following it at 13onyourside.com.